Hi friends, welcome back to another session of Thinking and Destiny. We are learning, or Percival was giving to us, system of thinking. The entire book was taught about the different concepts and how our thoughts will influence our destiny. And now here he is giving how we can think without creating a destiny. Those are the points that we are actually learning. Yesterday we have completed 18th point, and now before we proceed further, let's meditate on the consciousness of Parsival. Please cross your legs, clasp your hands, and close your eyes for a few seconds. Just observe your breath. He has given us beautifully the series of steps that we need to follow in order to make our feelings and desires uniting. And once we feel that feelings and desires got united, and we got one and only ultimate desire, that is desire of self-knowledge, we tend to pass on this knowledge to the people around us. We feel sorry for their ignorance when they are suffering with their ignorance. We want to tell them, learn about self-knowledge and remove this suffering instantaneously. But Percival is also mentioning we need to know where to stop, where to pause, where to pass on this knowledge. Because each soul is in its own evolution. That's the key that we have to understand. We cannot go and preach about self-knowledge for the people who are struggling to live, struggling to get the food in their plate. It's hard. So once the feeling and desires reunite, we will see what Percival is giving us in coming paragraphs, coming points. Please rub your hands, keep on your eyes for a few seconds, and open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face. Now that we know that desire and feeling is in commune, and they are actually asking for a one and only one desire, that is self-knowledge. And also, when we understand this commune with the feeling and desire, when we understand the self-knowledge, we try to impose, and when to impose, when to not, we have seen. But the thing is, even though you went and see at that state, but still, there is always a possibility that you can fall down at any stage. Right? Like in the snakes and ladders, anytime you can go in the ladder, or anytime in the last minute also you can come down to the snake, right? That's where, because once you become commune and once we become the self-knowledge, what else we want to know? Say as 18 points itself, all the points are done. What else is going to tell? That's what I thought initially. But here he's saying anytime you can fall down. So what is that we have to be in commune, or what is that we have to always do that? 19th point is saying, to go on, you must commune with the rightness. Rightness should be the key, and to go on in the life, because we understood the self-knowledge is only knowledge, we understood. And we wanted to, we wanted to we have achieved and we wanted to give that to the others, but you are still in the society, you are still in the middle of your samsara, you are still in the so many midst of so many other situations. There is always a chance that you may fall back. So to go on in this life, what you should have is you should always communicate with your rightness. So it is describing the transition of a doer, right? The doer inner self to the purified awareness of self-knowledge into the communication with the rightness. What is communication with the rightness? Here, righteousness is a righteousness here. Right? It's right or wrong, not the normal things. Righteousness is the dharma or the law of inner order. So that is what here he is talking about. What is dharma that one has to follow? What is the law of inner order? The stage of progress. What is the stage of the progress at this point? The seeker, who is a seeker? The doer. Feeling and desire is in complete union. For the seeker, feeling and desire is in the complete union and has a purified, he is purified the lower desires. So lower desires, the like jealousy, all those things are not there. So he reached to the inner stillness and illumination. Yeah, the doer or the seeker has achieved that inner stillness and with the illumination of the light. But now you need to progress further. There is always a progress further. And also you are in the middle of the society, middle of your things. So thinking must align with your rightness. Whenever from here also you have to think. In order tomorrow you need to do something. You need to go to India or go to. So you need to think. You need to plan. Similarly, for anything you need to think, right? So while thinking, that thinking must align with rightness. Thinking should always align with the rightness, the principle of divine moral within the self. That is the gateway between the personal realization and cosmic understanding. That's thinking with the righteousness is the bridge between your personal realization to cosmic understanding. You realize it that you need that self-awareness, but what is that cosmic understanding, right? So what is the meaning of righteousness here? Righteousness or rightness is not the moral, or it is not the judgment that is given in the court. It is not that one. It is the universal principle of harmony. It's a universal principle, harmony, balance, and truth. It is that is what the righteousness. So whatever you think, you have to think in terms of the universal. Suppose you say that you cannot eat the non-vegetarian or anything, because why you are thinking that? Is the non-vegetarian taste is bad? No, it's not that. It is not that thinking. The thinking is because the animals also came to this earth planet to live. They also have the right to live in this. They also have that kind of the consciousness within them. Then you should not take away their rights. You have to live in the harmony. You have to balance balance. You have to balance, and that is the truth. So we have to understand this. That is the inner aspect of the law, governs by the right or the righteousness with the light of the law. It corresponds to the ancient yogic philosophy that is called the cosmic order, or it is called the righteousness of order, that is dharma. In the inner constitution, when the righteousness is the part of the triune self, the mind maintains a justice between feeling and desire. Whenever some desire comes, whenever some feeling comes, it is maintaining the justice between your feeling and desire. When the desire and feeling went astray through the nature's illusions, righteousness is dethroned, because whenever you are actually going off with the nature, so nature attractions are the material possessions or something. So whenever you are going off this, so your righteousness was dethroned. So you have to observe whether this thought, this deed I am doing is doing it the righteousness or not. Now communion with the righteousness restore the divine alignment. Whenever you got some kind of the thought or some kind of the wish, you need to commune yourself with the righteousness. Then that brings you back to the divine alignment. It won't let you go to the nature's things. The clouds of thought is always there. Always, because we are still in this society, there is a clouds of thoughts. These clouds of thoughts are separate from the righteousness. Not all your thoughts are right. These clouds of thoughts could be the personal or collective mental impressions. It could be the some of the impressions that you got it now, and some of the impressions you got it from through ages, and some of the impressions that you got it from your parents, because when you are in the womb, they made some of the impressions. As you are growing up as a child, there are some of the impressions the society is imposed on you. Okay, these are all the impressions, personal and collective impressions. These are your thoughts, habitual thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, your opinions, your borrowed ideas. These are different from the righteousness. These are different from consciousness. These arises because all these thoughts or all these habitual thoughts, beliefs are arising from your conditioning. What is that conditioning? Society kept some conditioning on you. Girl means you have to be in such a way. Boy means you cannot cry, even if you had. You have to be in such a way. Some religious customs, these are also societal customs. So these are all the customs. These thoughts are arising from the conditioning. These desires are attached to the nature's illusions. Human ideals are partial, sentimental, but not rooted with the truth. So that we need to understand. Not all the human ideas are complete. They are partial and sentimental. To reach this righteousness, one must pierce through the thought clouds. Whatever the so many thought clouds are coming, right? You need to pierce through those thought clouds. You need to just go ahead of not by suppressing them, but by realizing that they are self-made. Suppose if I say, right, so many people will say, as I just give the same example, like if you live in a home with the east facing, then it is you will get all the good things will happen. That's a belief. Don't you say? They have said in those days, just to have a scientific reason, saying that because the main door is open, so that sun will come inside, so the people will be healthy. Instead of saying, giving that reason, they said east facing house is good for your well-being. So that well-being is a physical well-being that they talk about. But now we say that, oh, if it is east-facing, I will get all the fortune. That kind of the thing, that kind of the belief system we went. So this is so you should not suppress, oh, because I'm in the meditation, I should suppress all those things, I shouldn't use it. No, that's not the thing. If you know that reason, whatever, not by surpassing, but by realizing, those are the self-made. Once you understand that, oh, this is the reason why they said the east facing is good. Okay, now I am going to buy an apartment. Anyway, my main door will not be open. Let me buy the west face so that the east I can open the door in the balcony. So here you understand that this particular thing is or whatever that they are saying in the Vastu, what is the reason behind it. Once you understand the reason, you understand that is the self-made thing. So you actually found out the reason behind it, and you are actually following that particular reason. That is what here we are about to say in this. So we need to understand what is that actually, whether the reason you should not surpass, you should understand and then move on. Then only, because the light is passed on it. The seeker must see that these thoughts are of your own, and others are concerned with the laws of nature, are a human ideals. Whatever the laws that whatever the thoughts that we are getting, either somebody else has taught us, or some human ideal, some priest or somebody in the elders have taught something. So then we thought, okay, they told us, so we are doing it. So this means even the noble or a moral ideals, if they are ego based or emotional, can obstruct your communion. So if they are ego based or a thing, then they may obstruct your communion. Do not go. Just always pour the light on that thought. Pure light. Always pour the pure light and think. It's not about opinion or duality. It is about the pour the pure light and think about it. Then you will understand that what is the truth. Then you can commune with righteousness. The practice of thinking on rightness. How do you practice that thinking in the righteousness? By thinking steadily on the righteousness, you open the clouds and go through them. You are opening the clouds and you are going through them. This is the meditative process that you have to do. A study inner contemplation on the principle what is right by truth. On your inner contemplation, you need to ask what is right by truth, not by the preference. What is truth? It's not the preference. It's turning inward through towards the mind of righteousness. Suppose there are two things. You asked for a sweet. You came to my home, you asked for a sweet. Okay. I gave a gulab jam and I gave a fig. Two things I gave it to you. So gulab jam is so much attractive. And you know the taste and already your saliva is feeling it the moment you saw the gulab jam. Fig is healthy, but not so sweet. It's so all the things. It is not looking great also. But which one you choose it? If you are thinking what is because eating is for body, what is good for your body, you will be taking this. But what is appealing, you will be taking this. Here also in this world, there are so many things which are actually attracting, which is so good looking like our gulab jam, which is so sweet like a gulab jam. And there are best things, better things, which are not so good looking, but they are good for you. They are good for your inner transformation. So which one you are going to take? This is the inward, mind your righteousness. Each time the thinker holds the right. Whenever you are holding the right, what is good for my health, you will choose the right thing. Similarly, what is good for my soul, then all your false concepts, attachments will dissolve. Then you will just open these clouds, veils of illusion, these thoughts, you will just open it and go through them. You will just allow your direct perception through the clouds. Revelation of the righteousness. When the seeker peers through these clouds, they see actuality of the righteousness. You find the rightness had been deserted and betrayed by your feeling and dethroned in the cast aside by your desire. Because of all your feelings and desires, there is always the righteousness is inside only. It need not be done. Some Percival need not come and tell us. Every one of us know what is right, what is the righteousness within us. But our feelings and our desires are actually, okay, it's okay for one day. You have a delicious meal, you went to a party, but you are on your diet. Oh, it's okay. Today is a cheat day. Something like that we do it, right? Similarly, here also we have that righteousness feeling, but we are actually covering that with all our desires and feelings. Feeling and desire, the doer has been serving to the nature. With the feeling and desire, the doer is actually serving the nature. Chasing your sensations, chasing for power, sex, positions, instead of serving for the light. We came here to serve that light, not to the positions, not to the material things. The seeker realizes the moral fall. Feeling and desire once served righteousness, but were seduced by the illusions of the senses. Once served as a righteousness, but now seduced by the illusions of senses. Now awakened, the seeker becomes eager to restore the righteousness into the thorn. So let it again guide through the action. Again, once you understand that, oh, these are all the nature's thing, then he want to go back to his own righteousness and he wanted to go back to his own action. So what you have to do it when you are coming back from the nature again? Restoration and enhancement of your righteousness. You have to restore your righteousness. Recognize the rightness as a conscious standard. As a being a conscious, righteousness is my standard. Standard for feeling and thought and action. So that is the standard. This makes a turning point to the consciousness. Each one of us will have some kind of a standard that you cannot. Suppose if I say that I'll take a class, yet I cannot skip the class. I cannot skip the class for a silly reason, for sure. Even though there are so many, until and unless that is can't, but I cannot be present in that time, then only I'll skip. Otherwise, because that is the kind of the standard that we are having. Similarly, for a pure consciousness, the righteousness is its standard. It cannot go wrong. It cannot go otherwise. Righteousness is an internal law. It is not something external. It is an internal law for a consciousness. Feeling and desire brought back again to the righteousness guidance. So whatever the feelings and desires you got, again you will pull back to the righteousness guidance. The mind remains in the order. The mind is always in that cosmic order, thinking very clear, pure, and balanced. It is not actually thinking anything outward. Righteousness is again enthroned with the seeker and lives with the things spontaneously, not by the compulsion or limitation. It thinks very spontaneously and thinks in the right way. That is what it is happening. Communion with the righteousness. How you can commune one with the righteousness? By thinking you are communion. Always think about the righteousness. That's why I also always think I am a pure soul. I am a pure soul. I am a pure soul. I am a self-awareness. So that is commune with yourself. Giving yourself to the righteousness, surrendering to the personal will, to the divine will. Whatever the personal will you have to surrender to the divine will. This I can say for sure. This is what I have done when I'm starting this book. I know I cannot do this. I'm just surrendering because my guru said that, okay, you can do it. I'm surrendering myself, whatever that it comes from me, whatever that divine is helping me, that I can deliver. So whenever you are communing, whenever you are surrendering yourself with that divine law, then the things will come out. Receiving the light from righteousness, then actual light. When you surrender completely, the actual light will come, illuminate and reveals the truth directly. It illuminates and give you the truth directly. Whenever you have a question, automatically the truth will come. That's how it will give. It's not the faith, it is a living connection. It's not the faith or a belief, it is a living connection. You know it. For sure, you know it. I'm sure whenever I say, because I have so many experiences I keep on sharing from the last 3 years. So whenever I am struck at any point, I don't know what to explain. I don't know. Even starting of the session itself, the example will come to my mind automatically, which means when I surrender, the light is throwing on me and able to grasp the subject and able to deliver it. That is what actually is saying. Whenever you are, again, these moments, are they actually permanently staying in my life? No. I can say no, because whenever that connection is coming up, I'm able to be in that pure being and able to be in the surrender. But when I go to the other ways, oh, I said so, but you didn't do it, because again, I'm feeling that I did something. I did something, I did some favor, because it is going, my consciousness is going by the nature's desires and feelings. So continuously, whenever we are learning this subject, we will be in that divine or divine consciousness order. Then you will not, there will be a less chances to fall back to the nature's view. It's not the faith. You have to have that living connection. The mind of the doer now is vibrating harmony with your mind of righteousness. Whenever your mind is always vibrating with the mind of righteousness, the light of intelligence is flowing through. That light will be flowing through all the time. What is an effective communication? Communion. Now we are saying that you need to be commune, right? What is the effect of the communion? Once we commune with your righteousness, what happens? You see the world, the things that they are. You see the world and things as they are. You don't have any perceptions. You don't have any of the windows, any of the things that you have, right? You don't have any veils. You will just see that thing as a thing, person as a person. You will not have some kind of perceptions before you talk to that person. This means perception is a pure. Whatever the perception that you have, it becomes a pure. It is a pure and it's a free from the distortion. You are not projecting any of the previous life incidents with her. Whenever I am seeing Sirisha, I am not remembering all other things. I'm just seeing how she is now, how she is communicating. I will not bring back that day she did this day. I will not bring it back. It is without any, free from distortion, the pure projection, pure preference. Your life your life you seems to be, truly it is, without any attachments or without any aversion. I won't specially so much show some favoritism to one of the people or anything. There won't be any attachment. At the same time, because somebody wronged me, I won't avert. So that is the kind of the thing. Once you are commune with the righteousness, The futility of the ignorance was gone. Endless human cycles, whatever that you have, endless human cycles, that pain and pleasure, right? That will be gone. The suffering of humanity is nothing but bound by its own thought creations. Whatever the suffering is coming because you're creating some thought, that is why you are getting some suffering. You want your kids to be in certain way and they are not, you are suffering. Why? They are like that only, but you created some thought. They didn't reach up to that, so they failed. So you are suffering. The law of exteriorization, that the world see the man's thought is visible. Whatever the thought we are actually doing it, that thought is only getting exteriorized. You also teach that, understand that you cannot teach or save others. When you are in the righteousness, you will understand that one cannot teach or save others because you do not yet understand the right way of seeing. You do not yet understand the right way of seeing. You cannot save others. If you are seeing others, everybody is going through their own life cycle. The last point in this is, in this 19th, the role of understanding. What is this role of understanding? Understanding is perceiving and feeling what things are as themselves and what the relations are as is, and comprehending by the way they are so and so they are related. Thus, understanding is not an intellectual knowledge here. Understanding here is not saying about the intellect, it is illuminated with the awareness. Come to the awareness where your perception, feeling, reasoning, everything is uniting, right? That is a kind of understanding you will get it. It rises through a reason where you are the light of intelligence is reflected in your thinking. A reason reveals why things as they are and the divine logic behind the manifestation. So the next one is the reason, that it's saying why the things are they are and the reason behind the manifestation. We will see what are the points that we learned in this 19th point. Cloud of thoughts, which means confusion by yourself and others' ideas, all the things are the cloud of thoughts. What is the outcome? Recognition of when you observe, when the self-awareness is born, so you recognize that these are all your inner obscursions. So if you are stuck here, these are all the things obstructing your light. Then thinking the rightness, holding the inner moral law in every thought. What will happen when you do this? It dissolves your cloud of thoughts. Then realization, seeing how desire thrown into the righteousness. How desire, when the desire is thrown with the righteousness, that is the realization. That is nothing but realization. What is communion here? Thinking with the righteousness, thinking and righteousness together, receiving the light and seeing the things as they are. Finally, understanding, reason illuminates perception. That is conscious comprehensions of the both. You are consciously you are comprehending the both the things. At this point, the seeker's mind becomes mirror of the divine order. Whatever the divine want to say, you became that mirror because you are actually thinking everything with the righteousness. So your thinking became the mirror of the divine order. So thought becomes luminous. It is aligned with eternal justice and infused with the light. The doer is now not only not to save others, he will not go and save others, he will not interfere others, but by embodying the rightness itself, hereby become the beacon of silent light. He will not go anywhere, he will not do anything, but he will become the beacon of silent light. That's we have seen. I can say immediately I'll remember that Ramana Maharshi because he never gone there. Once he reached Arunachalam, he never gone there. He sat there. Whoever wants to come, whoever was drawn to that place, he has given his knowledge. He didn't go or he didn't try to preach or try to do that. Whoever asked the questions, by giving their answers, he has profound knowledge was came out. So much of it. But he didn't go, right? So that's how you will become. You will become the beacon of the silent light when you are at this stage. This is a perfect step So because daily contemplation, right? So when you are doing this daily contemplation of the routine on this particular righteousness, right? Like yesterday, whatever I have given, I'll just give you the few questions and I will give you in the, what do you say? In the chat box also. So morning, whenever you are saying that, whenever you get up and doing it slowly, do your breathing and ask and say, affirm yourself that I'm a light within. I'm a light within. I'm a pure consciousness. I'm a light within. I seek righteousness. I seek the divine order through my thought, through my feeling, through my desire. All my thought, desires, and feelings should be filled with the divine light. Feel that body relax and have that kind of affirmation in the beginning, at the beginning of the day. Each time some thought arises in your body, in your mind, okay? It could be about your work or a past or a future, anything, right? So cloud of the thought is coming, right? So don't fight with it. Oh, no, 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 don't fight with it. Just silently ask yourself, is a right thought? Is this is a right righteousness or not? Then return to your breath whenever some thought comes. Whenever you are doing that, what happens is your clouds will be visualizing, they will be
అంటే
dissolved.
ఆగమన్నా నాన్నని
Mute, Andy. So they will be just dissolving the clouds, leaving the clear space of the light within your mind. This trains your mind, your own thoughts will be dissolving, and you can feel that in the presence. Direct thinking. Next, direct thinking, right? So whenever your mind feels clear and begin thinking the inner reflection, begin thinking. So in the kind of like any time afternoon or something, is this today is my life is righteousness? Did I do everything with the righteous? What would be the right thinking? Suppose if I say that if I did something was wrong, what would be the right thinking? What would be the right feeling? What right action I would have taken? Whatever you have done is done. You cannot roll back. But you can always, whenever you're contemplating this is not right, you can always ask, what is the right thinking? What's the right feeling? All the things, right? Am I being ruled by my old thoughts? Did I drift off to my old thoughts? Did I forgot my light? So no, no, no. I am having the light. So just feel that light within yourself. Repeat mentally, I give myself to the righteousness. I receive all the light from the righteousness only. Always I will talk righteousness. So whenever always I feel peaceful. Desire. What is the desire that you need to release? The desire to become peaceful. The desire, the feeling should be luminous. So your thought should be still and clear. So this is the righteousness that you need to walk every day. And while you are actually, as the day is passing, I will walk every day in this light of righteousness. My thoughts, feelings, desires, actions is harmony with the truth only. I am not actually letting go of the other things. So always while sleeping, may the righteousness restored in me. May my feeling and desire be serve the light. Sleep with the peaceful awareness. With this affirmation, may my rightness be always restored in me. May my feeling will be desire serve the light. Here is more than a question. You are actually affirming in each and every moment that you will be in the righteousness. Now and then you write weekly journals. You maintain the writing the journal of your rightness. What are my clouds of thoughts of cloud of thoughts? What are the thoughts that I have just faced? And what is the thought that righteousness today? What is the thought that I did? Righteousness thoughts. What are the cloud of thoughts? Any thought that you have done this week, this is the righteousness. Align with the righteousness. I did this. Oh, this is aligning with the cloud of thoughts. In a normal way, I did this. So you take both the things. Write your journal. And in the meditation, he is giving like, when you are doing a meditation, if these clouds of thoughts are actually coming more, he is giving a clue saying that chant Om for 3 to 5 minutes, he is asking us to chant Om so that you will be aligned with the all the things with the with the primordial sound of that, right? So you will be aligned your chakras, you will be aligned with your energy, then go for the meditation. That's what he is saying, that you go for the meditation, apply your righteousness on the things and do that. Simple truth. Righteousness action in daily life is apply simple things also. Whether this is while I'm talking, it should be truthful. While I'm taking the food, it should be moderate. While I'm talking to somebody, listening to somebody, I should be listening without any judgment. I should always maintain inner calm under any circumstances, under the pressure also. You should always maintain the inner calmness. So this is what even Bhagavad Gita, he is also mentioning that this is the same thing was mentioned in Yogavasistha and Bhagavad Gita also, because he read everything, right? So that is what he is mentioning. With your daily commune and rightness, your mental confusion or duality will be gone. Your inner peace and strengthen will be deepened. Right decisions will arise spontaneously. Those are the things that will happen. And the light of intelligence is always begin flow through your thought. That is what he is explaining in the 19th point. Okay. But now it is the righteousness. Automatically the next comes to the reasoning. So what he is saying, the 20th point. By thinking you are conscious, that reason will be the advocate for the liberator of a mankind. So as I told you, the righteousness is the 19th point and reasoning is the 20th point. By thinking you are consciousness, whenever you are thinking that you are the consciousness, that reason, what is the reason? The reason that you are a consciousness will advocate and liberate your mankind. So that itself will liberate you. The central theme is the reason as a liberator. What is the central theme here? The reason as a liberator. He is saying the reason is not just the intellectual property. It is a divine liberating force for the humanity. Whenever you are doing something through right thinking, whenever you are doing a right thinking, the doer recognize the reason is an ultimate advocate defending the truth and justice, the liberator that frees the mankind from ignorance, illusion, and kiosk. I'll tell you a small example. Suppose you like a coffee, and doctor said that coffee is not good, or I told in the health group saying that coffee is not good, stop it. I told. So then you need not listen to me, but because somebody told the coffee is not good, what you will try to do is you will go and search in the web and do so many YouTubes and all those. Anyway, you have YouTube and WhatsApp universities, right? So we will go there and we will search and we'll say, oh, twice a coffee is very good. That increases that increases this, because that's how we'll try to get some a reasoning to support our thing. Here also, similarly, the righteousness, whenever that righteousness you have to go, right? What is the thing? Why I have to be righteousness? Why I always has to follow the cosmic order? Why I have to be always touch with the divine order? Because that is the reason. Because I don't want to go into this vein of birth and death cycles. I don't want to be in this illusion and kiosk or ignorance. I want to be wise. I want to have the self-knowledge. That is the reasoning that you will be giving. The kind of reasoning that transcends the logic or an argument. It represents the light of higher understanding. This reasoning is representing the light of higher understanding, the harmony of the thought, feeling with eternal order of reality. That is what it is doing. This is the pathway. Thinking in connection with the mind and reasoning. Whatever you are thinking, connect with your mind and reasoning. This is the pathway. This is what this text is emphasizing. The reason can only be made thinking in connection with the mind of reason. Without reason, you will not go. It's not through borrowed philosophies. It's not that some Vemana said this, some Ramakrishna said this. Not that. You will understand that. That's what he is saying. Because that knowledge is within. You are not borrowing the philosophies from others. You are having. That's why some gurus will say, I didn't read any books, but I know. I know from where? I know because with their practice, they are able to experience the truth. They know it. Okay. It's not through the borrowed philosophies, it's a sensory impressions or emotional reactions. But it is by aligning your thinking with the reason, with the light. That is the mind of reasoning. This process requires, what is it requires? It requires a deep connection, concentration, discrimination, beset by armies, by all the armies, all other armies you need to beset, and you need to go to the reason, cause, origin, principles. Then you will be understanding what is these armies here. Armies are your conflicting ideologies, endless analysis, and all the partial truths that you have are all the armies. Whatever you have, confusions, conflicting ideologies, these are all the armies. If the seeker gets lost in them, if you lost in all those things, oh, even though people will go sit and meditate and do all the things, and then they'll say, after that is over in the evening, oh, read this mantra, then you will get all the prosper. Where in the world you will get all the prosper if you read that mantra? You may be aligning. Whenever you are chanting Om, you will not get anything. But only thing is you are aligning. Similarly, when you are chanting some mantra, you may be aligning yourself with that, aligning your inner thing so that you can progress. I'm not saying that is not a bad. It is good only to align, but it will not give you the prosperity. It will not give you anything. Prosperity here is not your physical things. Remember, friends, the prosperity here is you are aligning with the divine source. This mantra may be helping, but doesn't mean that it will give you all the prosperity in the world. It will help you to go to the next order of your thinking, next order of your divine thing. That's where the prosperity is coming. The prosperity will not come the physical things. If you are believing that, that is again just the myth. The seeker gets the doubt because if you are here, the seeker will get doubt. Which one is doubt? The kiosk of the doubt will be which one is a how. The truth is how, whether I can attain the truth at all. By study thinking, whenever you are study thinking sincerely, inner clarity, it dispels all this kiosk. It dispels all it opens up the pure reason which brings your light, and that brings your light into the order. The triumph of the persistence. Here it is saying the continuous thinking on a reason itself leads to the approval from the rightness. You will get approval. Yes, I can do it. Like I gave an example, right? Once you see the 4 videos, you will say, yeah, coffee is good. I can drink the coffee. That kind of thing that you are getting right here also. When you are thinking with the reasoning, yes, this is the consciousness. I have to be here. That approval of the righteousness will come. It symbolizes alignment between the moral clarity and intellectual truth. It is aligning between moral clarity and intellectual truth. Once this harmony is achieved, doubt disappears and your kiosk will vanishes. The light comes with the reason. This suggests the illumination. The moment when the man becomes transparent, the truth sees as the things they are without any distortion. The nature of reason. What is the nature of reason? This also providing the cosmic understanding. Reason is the beginning and end of thinking. Once you started thinking, some thought comes, whether this thought is coming from righteousness or not. You end that particular topic. Oh, this is from righteousness. Okay, I can do it. This is not from righteousness. So that is the end of thinking. Primal and ultimate cause. For that, otherwise, if you are not thinking that way, what happens is, oh, this came. Okay, what next? Oh, I need to go to India. Oh, what I need to do the shopping. Oh, okay. Do I need to do shopping here? Oh, okay. I need to get the gifts for them. See here, the chain of thoughts are coming. Whenever I say I need to go to India, today I'm not going to India, is that come from the righteousness or some nature? It's come from the nature. So leave it now. Your thought ends there. It didn't go the chain of thoughts. Okay. Reasoning is not merely the human logic. It is the divine order which all creation unfolds. To create all the things also, the divine order only came. Like I told you, right? So how does, sorry. Like I told you, how does that creation comes? I gave you an example, I think, in this class only. So the creation comes from the rocks. How does that came? How does that logic came? Automatically, the creation has given that logic. One of the, like I just give you the in our purple dabbalo pettinappudu, just when you are closing it, then you will get all the life is evolving. How it is evolving? That's a divine order. When there is some stagnant still, the life will come out of it also. So that's how all the life came. Just that the earth came, from then some plants came, then some animals came, then the human being. That's how the life divine order came. So this is not the reasoning is not the human logic, it is the divine order. It unites all the levels of consciousness. All the levels of consciousness is the doer, the thinker, and the knower. The doer is self that acts. The thinker is self that perceives the truth. Whoever is perceiving the truth, that is the self. And the knower is that who knows the truth directly. So these three things it is getting united. It governs both manifestation. Is that a life from stillness or a stagnant? Which one you are asking? Stillness or stagnant?
It's a life is a it's a started from the stillness. That's what I wanted to.
Yeah, it started from the
Yeah.
stillness, right? It is
Yes.
started from the stillness. The example I gave you, right? This is the best example, right? When your whatever the tur dal was stagnant, you are not still. It was still, that was not moved. You didn't even move that tin or dabba, whatever, from your pantry. The life is evolving or not? Uh,
Yes.
yes, right. So which means that is an example that we can see in your own home. So not that you are just giving. Suppose you just throw some after the sprouts, you just throw always there are some of the beans, some of the things which would not sprout, right? So you will throw in the garden. Let us throw in the garden. But after few months, you will see that a plant came up. Because you didn't nourish or anything, but it was nourished by the mother earth, water. Somehow the water came and sunlight is there and the air is there. It came, is it not? So here, do you say it is a stillness? Yes, here it's also stillness because you throw it, but it is still, it went and settled somewhere. Okay, so this is what the life is also coming up. The other one, stillness and stagnant, you ask, right? The other one, suppose you got agitated. You are getting some weird thoughts. Is the life is coming or destruction is coming from that? Is the life or the destruction is coming from that? It is the destruction. So whenever you are agitating, right? So that's what it governs the manifestation as well as it governs the distortion too. Ignorance, which one you wanted to, as well as the thought is with the universal, right? The reason balance out and connects the disharmony that was caused by ignorance or misplaced by the desire. Then coming to the reason as a cosmic intelligence. Reason is the action and sum of all the actions of all your minds in agreement in the focus. This portrays reason as a unified consciousness, all enlightened mind collectively sustaining the cosmic order. All the enlightened mind are collectively together, they are sustaining this cosmic order. This is the harmonizing principle. It is they are maintaining because they are actually governing this universe, right? They are maintaining their equilibrium among all the forces, physical, mental, spiritual. Everything that happens, every event, every emotion, every experience is precipitated and balanced by your operation and reason. The role of thinking in connection with the reason. What is the connection, the thinking with the reason? Your thinking in connection with your mind of reason only. Without reason, you won't think. Makes a reason to know you. The doer. Always you try to make some reason to know better. When individual thinker When individual thinker aligns your thought with the higher reason, they transcend sensory illusions and emotional turbulence. Suppose some sensory things came, some you got attracted to something, then your mind is saying this is not right for you. The reason you have some other thing that you have to do. You cannot go and shop around because there is a good dress that you saw while you are going. You cannot go shop. You have a so at such and such a time you have to attend. Similarly, our mind is always giving the righteousness whenever you are thinking for a reason. The thinking mind becomes transparent, allowing the light of the reason illuminate all the perception. In this state, the doer, the self in the human, right, becomes aware of eternal laws. You will be aware of eternal laws, how the nature came itself, how we have to be in the harmony, all the things you will come up. The transformation from sensation to vision. You being a human, you are subtle, or you are actually responding to the sensations. But when you are superhuman is a super intelligence. When you are with the awareness, when you are with the consciousness, then you are transforming that sensation to the vision. You will respond to your visions, not to your sensations. By your thinking with the reason, you are raised out of the world sensations and shadows, out of the world emotions and dreams. I'll just take an example among us. The other day while I'm talking to Sirisha, she said like, okay, some vision she got it that to raise the energy in the pyramid, that place. But she doesn't have like much what do you say, much help, or much other people have not responded or anything, because the same set of people has to work in a different directions. So sometimes they may have time, sometimes they may be busy with their own busy life. Okay, but still, because she got that vision, because she was guided by that vision, let us take, instead of sensations are, oh, Pushpa is not coming today, Usha is not coming today, why should I do it? Even though I got my vision. That is the sensations. The vision, the sensation driven. Because people are not coming, you may lose it. But vision driven, oh, I got this vision. I have got a thing that I need to rise the energies for all these 9 days. So let me go there and get ready everything. Let the people come at least that time. They may not help. Let them come to rise that energy only at the meditation time. So let them come. So she make her thinking based on her vision than going by the sensation. This is one example I could just think, because recently I had this conversation with her. So okay, this marks the transcendence from the lower mind to the higher mind. Lower mind is nobody is working, why should I work? That's a lower mind. The higher transcending mind is, so finding the reasons, whatever that visions that I got it, find the reason. What is the reason? Oh, at any cost, I need to raise the energy of this land so that I'll get the pyramid. So that is the rising that particular thing. So that is thinking with the higher mind. The world in this world, you will be always thinking with the sensations and shadows and with the illusions. So this is everlasting, this is always there. But with the clear vision, you will understand where you need to keep your thought. What is the perception and what is the truth? When all these thought, perception, truth can be unified, you will understand that when you are thinking with the clear vision. So what will be the outcome when you do this? Understanding and liberation. The outcome is, when you reach to this stage, understanding and liberation is the outcome. Once you reach to this state, there is no more confusion. You don't have any confusion here. Everything, both your inner experiences and outer phenomena, is in harmonious. It is understood the right place and purpose. Suppose when she has done all the 9 days, she understood it is not that somebody will help me. It is the understood, it is the thing that I have to do this for this land. This work has to be done by me. That is the universal plan. That is why nobody came. It is not their fault. That's what she understood that once, and she got that kind of understanding and liberation. She is not blaming anybody now, because once she understood that this is my work, that is why I did it, that's why universe made me to do it, you will not blame anyone. The seeker becomes a conscious participant in this divine order. So in this divine order, this is the work that was given to me, I did it. I am not a victim of the circumstances. Just because nobody else did it, that's why I did it. No, I'm not a victim. Because the work was given to me, I did it. Thus, the reason for both path and destination, that is, this is the reason for both doing and the destination, rising the energy. That became, your vision became the path. This is the final harmonization of your thought, truth, and being. Okay, reason here. What is the reason? The divine intelligence, the light, the harmony. Again and again I'm telling, reason here is divine intelligence, the light that harmonizes and governs the universe. Thinking in connection with the reason means the meditative practice, alignment of your thoughts, truth, clarity, and moral righteousness come. The doubt or kiosk will come, that is the confusion arising out of your fragmented thinking. If your thinking is not aligned, fragmented thinking, emotional reactions, intellectual pride, then a doubt or kiosk will come. Persistence. This is a discipline. Continue to right way of thinking until that clarity will comes, until that light emerges, persistent thinking. Then approval from the righteousness. The moral alignment confirms the spiritual progress. The moral alignment always, whenever you're aligning with that, then it is confirming the spiritual progress. Finally, liberation, free from all the illusions, achieved through your mind perceives reality. Mind is perceiving the reality, that is the ultimate thing. So finally, reflective understanding. What is the understanding, or what is that liberation, right? This passage at this particular point is giving you that philosophy or mysticism as a psychology. Go beyond your intellectual reasoning to divine reasoning. Do not struck with your intellectual reasoning. Go to the divine reasoning. Integrate morality, righteousness with intellect, reason. Integrate morality with intellect, reason. So righteousness and is experience the light, the higher consciousness that perceive the truth directly. That is the experiencing the light. Here he is given, so thinking means focused awareness. All the awareness you need to put the focus. Righteousness in the other point is moral and ethical. That's a righteousness. Reasoning, put the divine intellect on that. So what will what should be done while doing the righteousness and raising the light? The illuminated perception should be kept on that. So what you will be getting it? True seeing. True, you will see the things as they are. True seeing in the harmony. What is the final thing? That's a freedom from illusion, which is nothing but liberation. So these are all the points that we understood from the point number 20, I think, right? Yeah, point 20, we understood that. With this, I will conclude point 19 and 20 for today. I will see 21.